Welcome to Bridging Generations in Sales and Outreach. I am your host, Butch Nicholson, and we're doing something new today, or for the first time. I normally tell my guests that I want this just to be a conversation, not an interview, but a conversation like we were having coffee. So today we're having coffee at one of my favorite coffee shops in Roswell, Georgia, Pop's Coffee. And the cool thing about it is it's inside a Triumph motorcycle dealership. I really can't get my camera to show you, but there are motorcycles all over the place, and then there's the big shop next door. And almost every time I come here, I run into somebody I know. And when I got here today, my friend and colleague Frank Palomaro was here, so it was good. It's good to see Frank. Uh, so we're going to introduce some kind of different kind of shows, and today's the first one. We're going to call this a spotlight show. It'll be fast, it'll be short, and it'll be powerful. So if you've been in sales for a while, you built a great business, ever how you built it, you've been successful. But recently, the world told you that things have changed. Social media, the technology we have, not to mention AI, has changed the world for everybody. And the way we did sales, the lessons we learned are still valuable, but the way we did sales, the way we do sales, has had to change. And that's what we're going to talk about on this show over the next few months. If you saw the show last week, my friend Russ Jones, who's a 30-year friend, was on the show. And during one of his answers, he made reference to a book I wrote in 2007. And the book is called Change Sucks, Get Over It. And I really wrote this book from personal experience. And if you're old enough to remember, 2007 is when we had a huge financial crash. And it was kind of a double whammy for me because all my customers were related to financial services industry, and my business actually went to zero. And I don't mean it went down, it went to zero. Once the financial institutions took TARP money, what I did for them just ended. And I wasn't the only one who lost a lot, and a lot of people lost everything. And I realized that change sucks. And Russ said, you need to write a sequel to your book. You need to call it Change Sucks and AI Won't Help. So that's what we're going to talk about as we move forward in the next few weeks. It was painful for me to write this book. And at the time, I was really kind of desperate, but I believe the principles stay true today. There are 5 principles that I talked about in the book. When everything comes tumbling down, you've got financial problems, you have family problems, you got health problems. It's easy just to be stuck and not do anything. And one thing I know that I needed to do, and if you're stuck, you need to do, is you've got to change something. And change is not easy. We're human beings. We have feelings, we have emotions, we have other people that we're responsible for. And I'm going to cheat a little bit here because I don't want to make a mistake. So the 5 principles are change is inevitable, resistance is optional. The second is ownership creates power. The second is crisis reveals character. The third is forward motion beats perfection, and fulfillment number 5 is fulfillment follows alignment. So that's what we're going to talk about over the next few shows. As I said, I would bet if you take a look at that list that you're battling one of those things now. I hope you're not having to battle all of them. I had to battle all of them. But ignoring them doesn't help. It quietly erodes your emotions, your influence, and no action just makes the problem worse. So, what we're going to talk about, and again, I'm going to cheat here for a minute, but so digital prospecting, AI tools, content marketing isn't how most of us built our businesses. If you're older, you're baby boomer, Gen Xer, you probably learned the first thing I learned was know, like, and trust. People want to buy from people they know, like, and trust. And the way we did that was face to face. And it's kind of old school. Take people to dinners, take people to sporting events, concerts, plays, whatever they like to do. That's how we did it, and that's not how business is done now. COVID changed all that, so we have to make use of the technology tools that are available to us, and that may not be comfortable. It wasn't comfortable for me, but if you're going to be successful moving forward, you're just going to have to bite the bullet and learn how to do that. And we'll talk about biting the bullet. We're not going to tell you how to do it, but we'll talk about biting the bullet. Cost resistance in modern shifts. One thing that was kind of a aha moment for me, there was a recent study by one of the big consulting firms. I can't remember which one it was, but it said that no matter what your market is, no matter who your ideal customer is, that only 3% of those people are in the market at any given time. So a challenge we have is, okay, we've got to recognize those. Obviously, those are our immediate sales opportunities, but we also have to manage the other 97% who aren't ready to buy today. You don't have to abandon relationship-driven selling, but we do have to adapt to how the relationships are built. Again, that goes back to COVID. One thing, if you're like me, I spent years carrying the bag, as we call it in sales. My suitcase and my backpack and an airplane were two or three times a week things that I did. Flew all over the country talking to people. And when COVID hit and couldn't do that anymore, companies realized they didn't have to send people all over the country all of the time. So building trust, building light is, we have to do that different now. And there are ways to do it. The biggest thing you have to do is just accept that it has to be done that way. The other thing that's really important in today's world is building visibility. Our visibility, again, used to be face-to-face, and we can't do it that way. But the technology out there that's available will allow us to do it if we learn how to do it properly. So I'm gonna read just one thing in this book that I believe is applicable to all of us. And this is from a friend of mine, or he actually wasn't a friend of mine, he was a client of mine. And and this is just one paragraph from his testimonial that's in the book. And remember, this was in 2007. Everything changes, and there's nothing we can do to prevent it. We must accept change and use it to our benefit. There is no sense in looking back and regretting what has already happened in our lives. We can only learn from our past and become better equipped to face the future with our knowledge and experience. And that's what we're going to talk about for the next few weeks. The environment is the environment. You're not going to change the environment. I'm not going to change the environment. But by changing our behavior, by changing our attitude, uh, by being open, not being afraid of AI, not completely relying on AI. Uh, if you've been successful before, you can be successful again with whatever that means to you. Uh, so, excuse me, I'm going to cheat a little bit again. Uh, so I'm gonna tease principle one, which is for next week, and again I'm going to read this from the book, and I apologize for not having it marked. Pardon me. This is terrible podcasting when you're not reading something. Uh, I should know what principle one is. So, uh, so I'm going to ditch that for a second. So we're going to go over the 5 principles. Sorry for that little delay. I haven't done a show live from a coffee shop before, so I'm not quite as organized as usual. But if you have any comments, you want any information, you can put them in the chat, and we'll come back and answer those for you. If there's anything that we can do for you, please let us know. You can call me. You can email me. The easiest way is LinkedIn. You'll find us on LinkedIn, YouTube, and Instagram. One of the things I'll promise you is if you call and ask us for help, if we can't help you, there's a really good chance that we know somebody who can, and we'll be happy to refer you to them. So as we wrap up here, just remember, change sucks. Get over it. And AI won't fix it, but we can help you fix it right here. So thanks for being here today, and look forward